John, before we look at the game, you recently signed a new deal with Rangers. Was that one you had to think about, or was it a no-brainer for you?
No, it was something that I was very happy to be able to sign and to get sorted. It had been been talked about since the summer, but obviously with a change of manager and various things, it took a little longer. But no, it was something that we were very happy to be signing, and like you say, it wasn't something that we had to think hard about. We're very happy, myself and the family. Really enjoyed our time up here so far, and feel that there's a lot still to come for myself at this club.
Yeah, looking ahead to the game tomorrow night, the club haven't done well in the Scottish Cup in recent years. Is that something I guess you're looking to put right this year, I'd imagine?
Yeah, of course. As you well know, every single game that we go into, we want to win and we expect to win. And if that's in the league, if that's in the cup, if that's in Europe, we approach it in the same way. And we'll be giving Annan our full respect, our full attention. We know what it means to the fans, to the club, to get to the final of these competitions and win these competitions. So this is another step along the way, and we'll be giving it our full focus tomorrow to go and get that result.
Hi John. Rangers fans have been kind of spoiled over the last 30 years with the quality of the goalkeepers that they've had. Psychologically, coming in essentially as an understudy to Alan McGregor, did that put pressure on yourself, or did it come at the right time in your career to take up that challenge to measure up to Alan, to be able to take over from Alan?
Well, I think I feel that the move to Rangers came at the right time for me. That I was ready for that, to come to a club of this stature and play at this level. But in terms of obviously a lot of questions get asked about that. But for myself, it wasn't a question of trying to emulate or overpass or Alan or anything like that. It was a chance to come and work at this football club. And to test myself and to hopefully contribute my ability, to the wider cause. And Alan's a fantastic goalkeeper, and he certainly doesn't need to be compared to anybody else. And for myself, of course, there's always pressure. You put pressure on yourself to succeed, to make sure that you're worthy of joining a club like this or whoever you're playing for, and you want to be able to contribute. A side that's so successful, that's won so much, that's back at the top of the division, and winning trophies and titles again. You want to be worthy of being part of that. So yeah, there is that pressure, but I've been in the game quite a long time now, and I feel that I'm definitely at a stage where I'm more than capable of doing that.
Could you also give us a bit of an insight into the preparation for the game? You mentioned mental attitude's going to be exactly the same. In terms of looking at Anne and how they set up their dangerous players, I imagine you don't have quite the same access to video analysis and footage. Would I be mistaken in that, or is it a case of you've got to be prepared almost for anything that comes out the hat?
Yeah, of course, we don't have as much information and sort of video and analysis as you would for maybe some of the other SPL teams, but we still do have footage of games that they've played in their division. Again, it might be slightly different when they're playing against a higher league opposition. They may play in a different way in respect to how they play against those, but at the end of the day, as is always the case, we try to focus much more on ourselves. We give them the respect. We do as much research on them as we can to see where their threats would be, where their danger could come from, where we can break them down, where we can hurt them. But we trust in our own ability as a team. And as I say, if you approach it in the same way that you approach league games and European games, then the way that we work and try and break teams down there, we should be able to do the same against teams that we don't know a great amount of. So again, it's going to come down to us performing to our best ability, and if we do that, we give it our full focus and attention, then we believe that we will have more than enough to go and get the result.
Hi, John. I just wondered if Alan's between the sticks for the league games, are you hoping that the cup games is where you get the nod to start? And is that a conversation you've had with the manager?
It's not a conversation that I've had. Since I've been at the club, I've fully respected the manager's decisions to pick the team that they pick, along with all the other players in the squad, and just be ready when my opportunities do come, to take that, to try and perform the best that I can, and again to show that when you're playing alongside a goalkeeper who is as good as Al and as consistent as Al, to make sure that I put in performances that are at least equal to that, because when you do get those opportunities, if they are few and far between, you want to make sure that you do yourself justice. But no, it's not conversations that we've had about you're guaranteed to play this or that, or you won't play here or there. It's making sure that you're focused, you're ready in training for any opportunity that does come.
Assuming you get the nod tomorrow, what are your thoughts playing in a stadium that's going to have 2,500 fans? It's a different sort of environment.
Yeah, they're always interesting games, and I've had some experience obviously already in playing some of the lower league teams. We played Falkirk last year on an AstroTurf, obviously playing the likes of Hamilton and various clubs like that. Again, we're at least used to that in a certain extent, that we do get to play on the artificial surface, and that it's going to be a huge occasion for that club. I've been there myself, and I've played in England, and I've played for non-league clubs or in the FA Cup against small clubs, and it's why everyone loves these cup fixtures, because there can be upsets. It happens more often than you think, so you have to give it your full attention. You have to take it very seriously, and it's another little aspect of the game that maybe you don't normally face, that you have to overcome. So we'll go there, we'll enjoy it, and we'll try and make sure that we don't slip up, and we put in a real good performance.
Hey John, with the tie against Dortmund less than a week away, how do you temper the excitement of that glamour tie with the need to stay focused on tomorrow's game?
Yeah, it's always difficult. People will be lying, I think, if they ever said that these things weren't in the back of their mind, or if they didn't have a little bit of an eye on fixtures like that coming up, especially the away fixture being first, and the experiences of going to that stadium, that atmosphere, something that's probably on a lot of players' bucket lists to go and experience that. But at the end of the day, we keep saying it, but at a club like Rangers, this is sort of business as usual. We play a lot of games. The European ties are always mixed in there amongst league fixtures and cup fixtures, and it's part of the job here, of making sure that you give your full focus to that next fixture, get that out of the way first, make sure you're in the hat for the next round, which is the most important thing, and then if you've done that, then you can go and enjoy that Dortmund fixture and give it your all. But in the meantime, there's been absolutely no talk within the building of that. There's been no focus on that from the manager or the staff. So at the moment, it's fully focused on Annan.
Great, and with 2 clean sheets, 7 goals, and 2 really impressive performances, does that demonstrate the club's fight and resilience for what looks like it may become a close-run title race? Yeah,
absolutely. We, everybody was hurt after the Old Firm game. Since we've come back from the winter break, trying to get that sort of back into that groove, and we feel that in the last couple of games you've seen a real reaction from everybody. Some really good performances against 2 very difficult sides, and that was obviously very pleasing for everybody, and we'll get that confidence back into the side. So again, we'll try and keep that going tomorrow. It's very important to keep that winning feeling going. As you say, clean sheets, goals, all of that really helps the confidence and to get the team back into a really good place for a fight over the next sort of 12, 13 league games.
John, just to go back to the start, you spoke about signing your new contract. I just wanted to sort of half serious, half joking, if you spoke to Alan and said, look, how long are you carrying on for, Chief?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are thinking he will. He could go on forever, I think, if he wanted to. But no, we've not had any genuine conversations about it. Again, of course, I want to play I want to become a first choice regular at this club. That's of course my aim, as it would be for any player. But again, it's not a case of trying to replace someone or take somebody's place. If Alan was to stay at Rangers, I, along with everyone else, I think would be delighted. It's not something that I would want, or that will give me a better chance of playing or becoming. That's not how I want things to work. So for me, it wasn't a case of knowing what Alan's plans are for the future. It was a case of knowing that I'm at a great football club, a place that I'm happy playing my football and working right now, and can see a good future for myself here, regardless of who else is in the building. So of course Alan's had an amazing career, and if that does continue, then myself, along with everyone else, would be delighted. But we'll wait and see what happens there with him, after this season. But for myself, that didn't really come into the reckoning.
Obviously, Alan doesn't often have off days. He had one recently up in Dingwall, but then the very next game bounced back and was excellent in the Old Firm game. Can you give us an insight into how he goes about that and how you deal with that, in terms of helping him get over a disappointing performance and picking himself back up again?
Well, as you say, it's a goalkeeper of his calibre. It doesn't happen very often, and he's not someone who needs anybody else to tell him if he's not performed to his best ability, or if I'm sure he's very sort of his hardest critic, and he showed again that's why he's regarded as such a good goalkeeper, because of his consistency, because of his ability to move on very quickly from each performance, good or bad. And that's always going to be the mark of a top goalkeeper, which he is. Far be it for someone like myself or anybody else to need to tell him, where he's going wrong or what he needs to do to improve. He's had an incredible career. He showed last year with winning the sort of the player of the season in the entire league that he's well capable of handling his own business. And he's still a very, very good, consistent goalkeeper. So it's going to continue for the rest of the season, I'm sure.